set in an unspecified year in the near future. Johannesburg is the first city to employ a robot police force. Tetravaal is the company that creates and supplies the city with robots. Scouts are the robots that have been deployed. Deon Wilson designed these robots, which are fully automated and have artificial intelligence. Vincent Moore, Deon's office rival, has created the Moose, which is controlled remotely by a human. Moore does not like Deon's work. Scout Unit 22 has returned to the shop. This particular unit appears to be accident-prone and is constantly being serviced. The technicians reactivate it and send it out into the field to assist in a police raid on a failed drug deal. Ninja and Yo-Landi, members of the real-life South African band Die Ward, are on one side of the drug deal. They're taking on the roles of Ninja and Yo-Landi. They've joined forces with Amerika. They're attempting to deliver goods to gangster Hippo, Brandon Norrit. Hippo demands $20 million from Ninja, Yo-Landi, and Amerika within 7 days. The police and scouts raid the meeting. During the police raid, Ninja, Yo-Landi, and Amerika manage to flee. Scout 22's chest is severely damaged after Hippo fires a rocket launcher at it. Hippo also manages to avoid capture by the cops. Following the raid, Yo-Landi comes to the conclusion that the scouts, like televisions, must be controlled by a remote control. They won't have to worry about these powerful weapons if they can figure out how to do it. Moore approaches Tetravaal CEO Michelle Bradley for more funds to help him further develop his moves. Deon's Robocops have proven so popular that the government has decided to invest more money in the project and has ordered 100 more of them, with no interest in the moves. Scout 22's battery is fused with his chest piece, so he's beyond repair, according to the technicians at Tetravaal's headquarters. He was set aside to be scrapped. Hippo calls the gang and informs them that he is not dead or in jail, and that he still expects them to pay him the $20 million that he is owed. Ninja, Yo-Landi, and Amerika believe they must commit another heist in order to raise funds for Hippo. Deon returns home, where he has several artificial intelligence robot pets, and begins work on his newest project, which is to create an artificial consciousness for scout units. He succeeds after a long night of programming and Red Bull. Ninja's gang learns from a TV news story that Deon is the mastermind engineer behind the scouts, so he must be the guy who knows how to turn them off. Deon approaches Bradley and asks if he can use his artificial consciousness program on the decommissioned 22 unit. He explains that this could result in a robot that is smarter than humans and could even write music and poetry. She explains that they are in the defense business, not the creation of poets, so she denies his request, citing insurance, red tape, and paperwork. Deon decides to take a chance and smuggles out of the factory the scrap 22 and the guard key, which are required to update the programming in all the robots as a precaution against hackers. Before he can return home, Ninja's gang kidnaps him. Moore tries to persuade Ms. Bradley and the committee that the Moose is a better weapon than the scouts, but they reject him because the Moose is large, expensive, and ugly. The gang returns Deon to their hideout and asks him how to shut down the scouts. He claims it is impossible. They're about to execute him when they notice the Scout 22 unit in the back of his van. They force him to agree to program it to work for them by holding a gun to his head. He puts it together for them and explains that if his program works, it can be taught. When he installs the new software, Scout 22 awakens and takes on the personality of a scared child. Yo-Landi takes on the role of an immediate mother, telling him he's a happy chappie and naming him Chappie. They let Deon go, but he requests to return to check on the progress. He also informs them that Chappie has only about 5 days to live due to the faulty battery. Moore wants to work on his moose, but the guard key has gone missing. His computer informs him that the guard key is installed in Scout 22, and he is certain that Deon has taken it. The following day, Ninja is enraged because he needs Chappie trained to help them complete one more heist in order to repay Hippo. Ninja begins training Chappie to shoot guns but becomes frustrated due to Chappie's slow learning. Moore holds his gun to Deon's head at work and orders him to return the guard key. Moore pulls the trigger, but it only clicks, and Moose pretends it was a joke. Back at the hideout, the gang teaches Chappie some new words, such as tough gangster slang and profanity. Deon takes a break from work to check on Chappie. He's furious that the gang is turning him into a foul-mouthed thug, so he asks Chappie to promise not to count drugs, commit crimes, or engage in any illegal activity. Moore follows Deon to the hideout in the hopes of discovering where Deon keeps the guard key. Ninja reappears and threatens Deon once more for interfering with his plans. Yo-Landi tells Chappie to be a kid, but Ninja says Chappie must be ready in 5 days to pull the heist to repay Hippo, or else Chappie will die. Moore walks away without speaking to any of these tough characters. Ninja and Amerika abandon Chappie in the middle of a rough area to see if he can toughen up and defend himself. The locals begin attacking him with rocks, pipes, and flammable chemicals, but Chappie does not fight back because he promised Deon he would not do anything bad. He manages to flee and escape. Moore tracks down and comprehends the fleeing Chappie in a van. Moore disables Chappie with an electronic device that resembles a battering ram. They drag him into the van, cut off his arm, and take away the guard key. They were about to cut him up further, but Chappie fights back and manages to open the doors and escape out the back of the moving van. Moore says they can let him go now because he is crippled and unable to learn because he is missing the guard key. Happy returns to the gang's hideout. Yo-Landi is furious that Amerika and Ninja put Chappie in danger. Amerika and Yo-Landi repair him by attaching a new, spare robot arm. Yo-Landi reads Chappie bedtime stories and tells him that he has a soul inside and that that's what mommy loves. Ninja and Amerika devise a scheme to dupe Chappie into assisting them. They steal cars together to get money to buy weapons for their big heist. When they have enough money, they go to a strange-looking tall round apartment building, similar to the one in Dread. When they arrive, there is a dog fight going on. The criminals see the scout, Chappie, and flee, believing he is a police scout on a raid. Chappie and Ninja visit the arms dealer Pitbull and purchase explosives, weapons, and Sony PlayStation 4 consoles. When they return, Chappie is attempting to resurrect a dead dog. Ninja explains that in life, you can either be the dead dog or the winning dog. He must fight if he is to be like the survivor dog. He also informs him that his battery cannot be repaired because Deon killed him. However, if he assists them in their heist, they will be able to purchase a new body for him. Chappie agrees because he does not want to die. Deon returns to the gang hideout, dismayed that Chappie is out doing illegal things with Ninja and Amerika. Yo-Landi advises him to leave because Ninja will kill him if he finds him there. Chappie, Ninja, and Amerika make a comeback. Deon tries to reason with Chappie while the two are alone, but Chappie tells him that he's angry that Deon didn't tell him he was going to die in a few days. Chappie informs Deon that he wishes to live and remain with mommy rather than die. Moore returns to Tetravaal headquarters and plugs in the guard key, installing new firmware, Genesis.dat, that remotely disables all scouts across the country. They fall to the ground wherever they are. The criminals are aware of this and assault any scouts they come across. Thousands of crimes have been committed across Johannesburg since the scouts were closed down. The city is ruled by total chaos and ferocity. Deon returns to Tetravaal headquarters. Deon discovers the guard key in Moore's computer and undoes the Genesis firmware update that Moore remotely installed in all scouts, resurrecting Chappie. However, Chappie is aware that he will die in a few days and requests to be transferred into a new robot body that is hanging nearby. Chappie notices the moose robot before they flee. Deon explains that the moose is controlled by transferring the consciousness of a human operator into the moose via control helmet. Chappie steals the helmet and returns to the gang's hideout. Chappie builds a supercomputer out of Yo-Landi's laptop and all of the PS4. He puts the helmet on Yo-Landi to see if it works. The gang enlists Chappie's assistance in robbing an armored car, which is broadcast live on the news. Hippo and his gang are on the lookout. During the escape from the armored car heist, Chappie inquires about his new body now that they have money, and Ninja reveals that it was all a lie, that he only needed Chappie for the heist, and that Chappie would still die in a few days. Chappie is enraged. Deon warns Chappie at the gang hideout that a threat is on the way and that he must be prepared to fight. He displays a gun to Chappie, but he refuses to use it. Moore tries to convince Ms. Bradley that because all of the scouts have broken down, they are defective and that she should allow him to continue with the Moose program instead of the untrustworthy scouts. Moore also persuades Bradley that Deon is to blame for the scout robot's criminal behavior. Bradley gives Moore permission to use the Moose to combat crime and find Deon. Hippo's gang arrives at Ninja's hideout. He now desires Chappie after seeing it on TV during the armored car heist. Moore returns to Tetravaal headquarters and remotely pilots a flying moose to Ninja's hideout to annihilate them all. A three-way firefight erupts. Amerika is stepped on by the moose, who rips him in half and throws him against a building. Moose begins shooting at anyone and everything. Moose fires cluster bombs at Hippo's gang, killing everyone except Hippo. Chappie assaults Moose. He is no match for Moose's incredible firepower. Hippo shoots Ninja and Deon, but Ninja kills him with a shovel. Ninja taunts Moose in order for Deon, Yo-Landi, and Chappie to flee in the van back to their hideout building. Yo-Landi surprises the moose by launching a rocket at it just as it is about to take out Ninja. Moose turns and shoots Yo-Landi dead after the rocket fails. Before the moose has a chance to kill Ninja, Chappie jumps back into the action and blows up the moose with the explosive he had attached to it when he jumped onto it earlier. Chappie claims he must return to Tetravaal to assassinate a man, presumably Moore. Chappie drives Deon back to the Tetravaal headquarters in the van. Moore is still present. Chappie beats him to a pulp but does not kill him. Deon is on the verge of death, but Chappie transfers Deon's consciousness to the only orange test robot available. As Tetravaal security forces attempt to enter the room where they are, Deon, now a robot, puts together a way to save Chappie as well. From Moore's computer, which still has the guard key inserted, He sends Chappie's consciousness into the nearest fallen Robocop, out on a street near the Tetravaal HQ. Deon and Chappie are now both robots. Yo-Landi is buried in a shallow grave. Chappie had previously saved Yo-Landi's consciousness on a USB flash drive while testing out the helmet. Chappie infiltrates the Tetravaal robot factory and orders the creation of a new schematic for a female scout. Yo-Landi's consciousness is presumably transferred into a brand new female bot much later, after Tetravaal has built and tested the new female scout. As a movie recap channel, we thank you for being a part of our community. Stay tuned for more exciting content.